Hey yo, what's up everybody? How's it going? Dragonlord Ojutai. Gonna be doing some of this stuff for today. The one thing that I need to try and figure out real quick is if there's a way to... Yeah, there we go. That was weird. I like it, even though I have my orientation horizontal, like the whole canvas was rotated, because this is what it has to be right here. So quick little backstory, I guess, is so for this card here, let's see, we have it in my references. We're kind of rocking some of this idea right here, so I could probably even just like select it. Oh wow, it just straight up cropped it. That's weird. Huh. But yeah, go ahead and hide that one. Then I should be able to pop that one and hide that. So this is Ojutai Dragonlord. You can see the reference up there, top right of your screen. And we're basically just trying to recreate something like this, right? This is the Charizard VMAX card. It'll basically be, you know, you have lots of effects, but you also have this as well for the Rayquaza VMAX card, where it actually has like, oh, it's like some, it's almost kind of weird because it's like this super cartoony dragon, but like insanely realistic environment. I guess I shouldn't say insanely, but I mean, it's not really stylized as much as the dragon is. That's what I should say. But yeah, so we're just basically trying to go for I'll just show some of these other references I'm doing. So we're trying to basically look at stuff like Rayquaza. Here's another Ojutai. I know there's the full screen one. Here's one where I think it's the counter for the set. So just looking at kind of like the overall color composition and stuff, and how the dragon actually looks, you know. So like just take the different ideas, you know, it has like almost like a little like a beard right here, you know, and just kind of looking at how it has like, you know, like the pattern on the neck there and like going down the chest, all that stuff. It's very angular wings, almost feather-like, as opposed to kind of like a scaly, leathery sort of wing that you'll see on a lot of dragons. And then like if we were wanting to try and go like almost like cartoony, got good old Dragonite there, which is always a favorite. Some of the other legendary dragons in Pokemon. There's a Dialga, Palkia, and then I can't remember the center's one name. I'm sure somebody can remind me. Yeah, that's just kind of all the ideas that I'm doing. I really loved the environment here. And so I kind of took inspiration to that, and I kind of made a stylistic, very simple sort of background. And I'm hoping that I can get the dragon mainly, you know, like in the foreground, almost like coming out into the card. I think that would be pretty sweet. So it's kind of too bad that that card, because I think what I can do here is if I kind of not go to there, but if I go to add a photo, and here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a photo to it, but I kind of have like personal photos in there as well. So I'm just going to do the starting soon page. I'll still be talking over it so you guys know I'm not gone or anything like that, but I just wanted to insert a photo and not have personal pictures. Or actually, you know, okay, good. I just wanted to test that real quick, but you can kind of see these are all my other reference pictures from all the other stuff that I've kind of been doing. But it's this one right here. There we go. So if we kind of make this big. Oh, I don't want that. It's the green one, right? Or this one. Yeah, I don't know why that's... Yeah, that's so weird. I feel like I would love this. It's like I want the full body here so I can still see this, but I'm gonna have to really force that perspective where the head's gonna be a lot bigger and then the body kind of like really I'm sure you can kind of see right here, right? Like see how big my hand is here and kind of really come back to where like the feet and tail are and all that stuff. So hopefully we can get that going. So I think, is that like a pretty good size for reference? Almost feel like I want it to be like that. So that the wing's there, and then I can make the head a lot bigger. I think. Yes. So I think for now, we're going to throw this in our background folder, because this is our... I'm going to rename this as our reference. Just reference is fine. And that is, this is more the sky. And then I'm just renaming some of the big ones. The ground, mist. The rest of those I think are fine. It's just the sky and the ground mist just from the thumbnail. Can't really differentiate between them, I think, so. At least from the thumbnail. So what we'll do here is do this. Go ahead and do a mask. Oh yeah, because this was, I was trying to do like, do airbrushing, probably do that. Yeah, good. Okay. I'm just basically trying to cut out this dragon here. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I feel like if I can do it fairly close. I think the other thing too that I was really wanting to try and do here was, I'm not gonna mess around with like each individual feather. I think this is the last one I'll do here. And then the rest of it I'm just gonna have to say screw it. Yeah, because even if it's not like perfect, I think something that I would really like to try and do is just, yeah, just kind of do the sketch over this so we can kind of get like a good idea of like, you know, what we really want, and then we can start blocking in color underneath that. Because what I'd like to try and do, so all the other Magic the Gathering to Pokemon cards that I've done so far have all been very heavily done with line work. I just want to have this set up so once this is like a personal playlist of mine. It's just called Chill Base. So I just feel like it's good enough to like chill to, but like it's got enough energy to it to like get shit done, you know. You can kind of see in my background that I did try and do some of the similar coloring. This song came out like shoot, man, like almost 10 years ago. Still freaking slaps it. So yeah, so I think that's a good cutout at least, just to kind of give us a good idea. Also kind of sucks because it's like, oh yeah, remember like all that detail I put into the mountains? Along there. That's fine. Fine. I know it's there. But then I can add more details to like the stuff down there. I could probably even just be about like shifting this over a tiny bit. Like, so it's like right there. I'm not gonna worry about that now. I'm gonna try and see what I can do in the foreground first. And then we'll go from there, I think. So what we're gonna do is we have a sketching layer here that kind of has the colors that I think that I pulled from one of them. I might update those from this just to kind of really get that subsurface scattering, I believe is what it's called. So you see like in the fin there. So I mean, like I can go right there where I marked it. I can see how it's like you can almost like see through it with the red. That's where if you have like a very bright light held right up against kind of like skin or flesh or something, and the light can actually come through it a little bit. So it gives you the sense of how thick it is. So like on the body, you know that's a thick boy, but the fins are definitely a lot thinner, so the light comes through. So all right, so we'll just go with the good old black. Go to our sketching, good old HB pencil. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of get that idea of the body. Trying to think of what to do here. On whether or not I should just try and sketch. Well, I think what I can do is I can sketch kind of like over where the body is right now. And then turn it off and try and start getting the horse perspective that I need. This is what we're gonna do here. So I do like where the body is right here, right? So you have your shoulder here, kind of like your arm. Set up a bit. Yep. I try and bring that out just a little bit more into silhouette, I think. Because I might have to force this because we're working on the card here, right? In order to kind of keep all this stuff in here, I wonder if we're gonna have to bring this up here and then bring that down. Then we have like the hand here, the other finger there. But then it'll still stay in the card as opposed to going all the way out. Because they have both of them kind of straight, right? I think we can also benefit from having... I think this one can actually be straight. Because then there's this whole concept, right, of straights versus curves. And how that's appealing. So if we have this arm straight and this one curved, it kind of gives you that sort of like asymmetry sort of thing. I think that might actually work out pretty well. But then it also almost looks like he's doing like a... like this thing. It's like a... It almost makes you think of like a dance. Which is kind of interesting to have as well. Ojutai is supposed to be like this extremely intelligent dragon, I believe, right? I don't know too much about the lore of it, but just briefly looking at the card and all that stuff too. What I'm going to do as well is I'm just going to erase all this stuff, because we have the color palette here basically already. And then I'm just going to erase all this stuff. We don't really need that for now. I don't want that getting in the way of my like sketch layer and stuff. So if we have that, and then we do this, and we have the top of the wing here with maybe a little bit of a gap. You know, just kind of have that. I'll have to look at the other full body wings, see how that goes. Because it's either going to have to be like that, or it's just going to have to go all the way off, kind of like how it is here already. Like it's going to need to do that, otherwise the wing's going to look a little bit straight, I think. Just for how close it is. But I almost feel like to really get that, have like the chest and kind of like the lower half of the body there, so we'll still have like that kind of strong sort of barrel chest there, and then you're gonna have like piece here, it's like the wing here and the body, so it's like you're not really gonna see it because of the wing and stuff, right? But if we do like almost, oops, there we go. Like a straight or straight leg to kind of really force that perspective going like back this way, right? Let's undo those. Go all the way back. You can still do like that. It's not going to be the exact same, so if we have this other one here, it's almost like we'd still have to have it a little bit shorter. This is sketching for now, we'll just go ahead and... So then with this, we're going to have to do, instead of straight from here, that there to there. So what we can do here, we can kind of almost get like the head. Just go ahead and just do like a rough trace. Right there, and then what we can do is we can do like a selection. And then, okay, so then if we do this, almost to about here. Wait, top fin not get? Anyways, even if it didn't get captured, I guess. Gonna have that there. Then it's almost like this gets has to get like right to that last little tiny point there where we do have to remember, and I'm gonna have to remember as soon as we get the reference out and stuff too, we'll start making it a little bit cartoony and everything. Well, a little bit more of that yeah, Pokemon style. I think we can still do line work, but I do want to try and get this more rendered because before I mainly just did like color block stuff. So let's see, I want to try and get the microphone right. I want to make sure because I think my mic is very sensitive. Plus, I also don't want to be like hidden behind the mic at all. So I think that. So right, I want to turn this off. This is also where I'm gonna be. Once I start drawing a lot more, I want to get the artist glove too, because like I have the paper-like cover on my iPad, and it does kind of get here, that's all. Just a tiny bit. I think that's a little bit better. It's not like, I want to make sure that it's not overpowering or anything if I ever try and talk. But yeah. Yeah. This, it's like it's fairly thin, but it looks like it goes in, like the lines kind of go into the head, but also into the, so it's like this. I want to be on that sketching, so it's like it'll do that. Now that we're slowly starting to flush things out a time. What we can do is we can just have this kind of come in, give us that idea of that it's kind of like that. I think that was the leftover thin that didn't make it. This just goes like straight down into like the neck area. So this is going to be like our overlap. That's our points there. A double tap is erasing right now. Yeah, and then if anybody wants to chat about stuff or wants me to play any particular feel of relax. Overlap. not too... I don't want to destroy what we have for the... Don't have to worry too much about cleaning up the sketch work too much. Like, because it's just going to be sketching. So I think if we just get the overall... And then do we want this... So it's almost like we're gonna have the head coming over that, I think, because we want to have that. Let's see here. If we... I'm trying to think of where our overlapping line would be. Because then it kind of gives us that sense of, like, you know, we're kind of looking underneath and kind of see, like, you know, under their chin. But that might just make it so that it's just kind of like the one, really. So it just gives it that very slight hint, you know, that it's coming up into it and not behind it. I think is pretty good. Hi, Loki. Don't know if you guys heard that or not. Every time around when the sun's gone, Loki, our cat, basically comes to start bugging me to feed them. Because even though they have a full bowl every day, they're only fed wet cat food.
Did you finish that track that goes?
Okay. What a little whiner. I think so. So it should be able to connect. Huh. Strange. I usually have like a thing to be able to have my set. Not epic. Fuck. Yeah, it's just the installer, so it's like should be good. It says connect. I'm gonna show you Loki, but for some reason it's just not coming up. Yeah, so then it's like need to make like another line, I believe basically from the center, if memory serves, that we need to basically, yeah, it's also going to be like the shading line almost, like if this kind of comes and yeah, it's just sketching and stuff. So that'll be like a good indicator for that other line there. Make that like kind of like and I think this is like the whole eye socket, but we're gonna make this the whole eye, I think. Then are we gonna make this dude like happy or sad? Just kind of like what emotion? Almost like everything that I saw before was that, you know, this is a extremely intelligent dragon. Kind of like, oh yeah, and then we don't want this line or the outer line, outer line. Because we want wondering too, because like yeah, it's the front. Just trying to think if this is like a good enough we'll mess around with the arms and stuff anyway, because now I don't know if I want to be able to have it, you know, like just continue straight like all the way down here and kind of have almost like the arm that way straight back instead of this. I think this is better. Because then it allows the legs to kind of live on its own and not compete for the arms, or for the arm. Yeah. So I think now we're going to try and get an idea for the wings. Oh. And I'm gonna get weird now. I almost wonder if we want to do the wing. Also just background. Full white. So I wonder if we take this same wing up here. You guys can see it's fine. So I wonder if we take this wing. That one right there, right? We just copy paste it over here. And we do a little bit of a forced perspective of it going back. So it takes almost like this whole area there. And then we almost have the legs going up this way. Or like, you know, wherever it'll probably fit, like there and there. Also love that that starts going really wide that way. Even if I'm like... I do really like that like this design of the wing. It's very much a solid idea. So this wing really doing much, I don't think. It's also gonna get in the way of the all this stuff up here. Of course, like the feet might as well, right? And that's fine. Figure speed things up a bit. We're just gonna go ahead and can all that. Okay. So if we do the selection, close that off that way. That. Okay. So if we do this selection, I'm also learning a lot how a lot of this stuff works, right? Here we go. Copy. Just do a copy paste. Paste. Okay. Do that. And then we do flip horizontal. Rotate. Bit to like about here. And then now we have to see if we can do like a forced effective back. So I think if we do like a distort. There we go. Get it to like here. Yeah, even if it goes out, right? I want to make sure that it's still... Yeah, it looks pretty good. With it kind of going really far back. so it's out of the way of the. And I just don't know if we need. That's
What I'll do is I'll describe a DMT trip, and then you can see.
yeah, I think that looks good. Boop. And now you down.
So this is
Actually, here, hold on.
describe it.
What we can do first is, without having to worry about that, basically just clean up without having to worry about messing with my other sketch down. And we do.
The graduate student, you be the guy with the clipboard.
We have that and that.
You're saying to me, so what happened? Okay, here's what happened.
We don't even really have to do the feat then, unless we wanted to do like a little like the feet like kicked forward almost. It would almost be like, yeah, because it's like this is going to be like this way. Has to go all the way into the body, right?
At that point, people say, whoa, wow, it's really coming on strong. And then what you have to do is you have to take one more enormous hit. And then there's this very defined sense of bursting through something.
I almost feel like there's too much of a gap right here.
And on the other side, as you break through, there's a cheer. And these things are saying, don't abandon yourself to amazement.
What was this one called? Yeah, Mantra, but it's all about like a deep grip and stuff.
Close your eyes.
Also, great. Yeah, hopefully, everything's looking good. I'm also gonna try and do a local recording as well. Hopefully it's doing it in a multi-track, so then that way I can separate all the copyright music out. And so if I ever want to do like a highlight or anything, like plop it into Premiere or something and then go off to the races. Like this. E. wonder if this needs forward a bit. I kind of have that overlapping thing, because then what will happen is I'm just gonna erase this afterwards. Man, I wish this, like that stuff, it kind of does, but it's not as much as I feel like it. Like the angle. That is gonna be. Kinda. So that gives you that shading there, right? Not too bad. So if that's still more of the wing here, right? Doing that. And then we come out here. Like a little bit higher than normal. That way it's just a little bit of that separation from the wing and the arm. That way it's not super overlapping. Yeah, because then it's like this is also, it's like I almost want to like hold the pencil like this, right, in order to do like the shading, but I don't think it really works too well. Kind of okay, it's very light if I do it that way. Let's go back in and see original. Does it do it for the same thing? It actually like cuts in and almost like a die or like a triangle around the eye here. Looks like it'll still be very much like here. But then this, because it's like this down here. Like that, and then this kind of comes down. Okay. It's like not like a teeny tiny slip. Yeah. So it's like if this came down like that. There we go. It like comes. Yeah, it's like.
Today, you are who you are today. See? You're still me, but you're a newer version.
Bring it right down to here. That'll be pretty good. So we'll bring this. So you have like almost like a hard line into it. Belts. Almost like humanistic hands. Like I almost feel like we need to have multi-fingers. First one's like no. Second one? Yeah. Then that makes it. Brings it up a little, like how much? This a little bit too elongated. Do like this where it's like a hard cut back in. So it's very much, you can tell. Go. That's like the two. Don't need like a massive elbow there. Well, actually kind of starting to come together a little bit. Also looks like such like a demon. But like if we just do like a very soft like it's like looking up, so it's like do like a very soft just slightly looking forward. Yeah, I think so. That's probably best. Oop. And that. Like, yeah, I guess we need to still have it shaded in a bit. Like that, I guess. So the only thing that I could think of is it's a lot of white in the eye. Where it's like, I feel like we need to keep the forward. Like, push it, happen. Or like out. This. Break that up a little bit. They're like super tiny. I mean, sketching, right? Don't have to worry about putting. I feel like it's too complicated. Like I think if I remember correctly, it's almost like you do this. Have this edge. Have a tiny one. We'll figure out what kind of gleam we want for it, so. But I think if we just do that, be able to have it to where it looks like it's it does kind of make it look like it's just like long neck, super teeny tiny body. I wonder if we need to make the wings on this side a bit bigger. Selection. Select over here. Yeah, there we go. And this. Oop. This and short, right? Like, do we need push this back a bit? Kind of actually give us that scale. Because then it kind of justifies the smaller like hands and stuff a bit, right? This I also need to know what the, because there's the undo, but then what's the redo? So that way I can kind of like switch back and forth between them. Let's see here. Disable undo and redo. 2-finger and 3-finger tap, not undo. So it's 3-finger. So if I do, okay. So it's, I keep doing 4, that's why. That's that one. I feel like this is better because we're really wanting to have that head really give that sense of the force perspective, right? And so to have the wing, that wing as well pushed further back. Yeah. So what we're gonna do here is this. I think what we need to do now is bring to the same point on the body. Is where it is there, right? Maybe a little bit further in. Yeah, I think so. It's actually kind of coming along. Problem. I'm gonna pull this down here. See what my battery life. 44%. Not too shabby. Okay. All right. So if we go ahead and assemble. Oh, because it's the. Figure that up just so it's not as annoying if you. Yeah. So what we're gonna do here is hopefully in our history palettes do a Ojutai. Omits no. Ojutai. No. Good. Do is so we're gonna get like the base here. Like gray. Go. Oh, because it's like we're on the mask layer. That's what. Okay. Put that, or actually here, hold on. No, not want that. Complete swap. Because what I want to do now is go to here, I think, because I think these are the colors that I'm more interested in. Much more vibrant, right? Let's look at like the highlights and stuff from the other ones, but I think what we really want to try and do is exaggerate the colors, right? And then really go, you know, because that's kind of like the big thing with Pokemon. Very much like the over exaggeration with a lot of the, it's a very saturated color scheme for a lot of them. Yeah, excuse me. Sorry, I just had to sneeze. Didn't want to blast your headphones if you were listening. Oh, hey, Apollo. Bye. He just came for a drive-by petting. Alright, so what we're going to do is hide this. Why is it? Okay, that's on a hidden player. What are we gonna do for the body? Get like a nice snake gray. I think that should be good. Oh. So we have the body. What we'll do is we'll move this here. Regular body. You have kind of like your highlight. Then the darkest spot. Darkest spot there. And then we're gonna go with the red. Have the red there. I think this would highlight. And then dark red will be. Here's the there, like body, the fins, sort of stuff. Be pretty good, I think. Pretty good start. Just 1 second. I just need a quick band-aid on my finger. Quick. I've been having an issue with my thumb, so I will be right back. I just have to. Sorry. Uh, you guys just joined in and it's on empty chair here. You had to get a little band-aid real quick. I just had some on my thumb that's been acting up for a little bit, so it's like whenever I get like dry hands and stuff, basically just try and put a little bit of lotion on and try and get it just so it doesn't like crack and stuff, because we out in California it just dries. Okay, so we were getting color palette here for Ojutai. I think that should be pretty good, I think. On that one. Anything from this. So that's just going to kind of give us an idea wing-wise. So. Love this song. We'll go ahead and watch that out. So guess we could just start blocking in some of the color. Was there anything different in the wings, or is it pretty much just like the same as the body color? Looks like it's the same as the body color. Pretty much. I know there's like extra texture and stuff on there, so. But I mean, like in all seriousness. What do we have? Sure. Good. We're gonna spend some time coloring, and then we can always just keep it dirty. We have the lines and just erase stuff after. Fine. Guess we're just kind of color blocking it for now. Let me just go in and erase it later. So I guess it's like, do you want to do the time now or do it later? I kind of want to just do it this way, where it's like it's going to be dirty first and you just get more and more clean on it throughout. So when you have the lines there as your guide, right? So, I mean, go in, stuff up later. Look at that. Ooh. Basically color blocked. But, yeah. Because I guess the thing is, too, it's like, are we going to try and go for the more line work stuff with rendering stuff? I think we can also get that. And yeah. Go into sketching and we go to opacity. That in. Like fully color down. Like, I want it colored over the line, basically, just so it's plenty out there. Oop. Didn't realize I double tapped on my hollow running around. Because that's going to be red. Right? Because what I want now is this. Kind of like guiding our way color-wise. Yeah, because it's oh, and they have the little elbow things. I didn't realize that. So in the sketching, we actually need to get back on. Sketching there, like these. Things are pretty important. Like these elbow scythe things. Oop. Gonna be that goes over it. This one. Okay. Bit of that. Here we go. So we have the elbows. Make sure we're not touching that. So now we have the little. Got him elbows. Cool. Because that stuff's gonna be red. Kind of like bluish red. Blue on the spines. And red on the inside. So it's just slightest bit. We'll still keep this or here. Pushing. Yo. There we go. So. All right. So now it's basically, do we just clean up the line? Or do we just still go, I think we just still go dirty. Putting in the shading and stuff. And then as far as like the outlines on the outside, we can just like, kind of like erase that stuff. I think that's kind of the way to go. Gigantamax. We do the dark night. We are here catching. Take that. But here. Now we're putting in like, yeah, like the color block, right? Then we'll be able to like really get in there and blend all this stuff in. So if I've seen any tutorials properly, it's kind of just like, don't worry about this stuff too much. Lock all this stuff in. You'll be able to blend all this stuff out. Blend or like, you know, yeah, blur erase a lot of this stuff out. We're finding all that stuff all the way. We have that for the shading there. Have this here. And, you know, we have the color information, right? So what we're gonna try and do is just get either that, or we need to do a like the what, like the light. Where it's going to be like that and then blend it out and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, so it's going to be like the pink, the light, right? That is the similar lighting scheme. Instead of just the white. think with this, right, it's red. It's like the dark for the spine, right? Giving it some extra oomph under the spine there. So we can have like a little bit more. Yeah, because we're not too worried about like the outer outline, right? We're just going in really good at this. Like color blocked in. I don't think we have that. I'm getting that fin there, that fin design that we're kind of getting with this, right? Like we're still even just getting some of the highlight stuff like right up. Like some of that stuff there. Almost like right down to a little bit. Oop. Look at that. Almost like this. And then up on the neck. We'll do this one. Slightest bit white. It will be interesting to really try and get this color block, and then kind of like really go in there and like if we get our sketching back up. Then we just our red. I think just like going right up to that point. Kind of come. Oh, feel the key. And I think we need to almost kind of like do it. It's like the red is on the inside and then like it's the spine. These two. So it seems like it's oop, but I had my brush on. Have to do it that way. Ooh. All the way. Like there's only like that little lip right there. Like the rest of it. Like red stuff. We have the spine color on, so it's kind of on down. I know I probably shouldn't be doing this in the kind of the short lines. It should really just be like uniform line. I'm not that great of an illustrator, so. Color blocks in. It'll just be like our why not on? I guess we could just go straight down. Straight through, right? Because it's... have all this stuff here. Have like the very faint pink sort of like rim light. Like I almost feel like this Catching a lot more of that rim light. This is actually like this. That's definitely that rim light, right? Along with like very like hyper light. All right. Okay, so it's almost like pink all the way down, yeah. Bank on that all the way through right there. FD.
One of these days, these walls are gonna fall. I can feel the earth shake.
Remember, we're not trying to go super clean with this either. The big thing is just going to be getting a lot of the stuff in and then blending. So hopefully, oh, yo, wow, man, I already made great progress on this one. Oh, thanks, dude. So here we go. I'll show you some of the stuff. So we're doing the color block, right? So this is the overall sketch. I want to do this one, yeah. So you can kind of see it a lot clearer. Make sure. And then I also have, let's see if we do that. We also have a background. I think what I'm going to try and do is match the hills, because the colors are kind of off. They're a little bit too green. Because what I'm trying to do is make it, did it go on that or this one? Okay, so there's like a little dude right there. And then I think with the sketching there's there. All right, cool. But yeah, I think all that we really have to do is just kind of like go into the background. Oh, hi. Oh. Cats are running all over the place. But I think if we just go in here, we go to color balance for the layer. So if we make the yellows more blue, maybe what we have to do is the hue and saturation on the layer. There we go. So if we take out that saturation, make that just the tiniest bit darker. We're gonna have to add a lot more highlights to it, I think. As well as like I think we're gonna have to have like the light source almost like right here, like right behind the hills there. I do like having it a little bit, just a tiny bit green. I kind of like that, where it's just only just like a tiny bit darker. So only problem that I have with this is that all of them. let's see here. Saturation, brightness, layer. Make this stuff less saturated. Like a tiny bit. Take that brightness. I think that's already looking at least a little bit better. And we can go in and mess with it and stuff a little bit later too. So, but yeah, so that's kind of what we're going for, because we're the biggest inspiration I think that we have right now is we do this and this. If we take that and our reference picture down here. Oop. At that one. Take that one off. It's just you. Oh, okay. Okay, so we need the reference top there. There we go. So minus the kind of tail there, because I think that was from, yeah, the dragon, but because you can kind of see a little bit of the double there. But yeah, I like the I didn't like the overall composition of the card that I'm pulling this from, but I loved the background where it was flat, right? So if we hide that back up, yeah, you can see the rest of the background. So this is kind of the background that I've made right here. So the mountains still look a little bit too cartoony, I think, but that's also because we have that on. So if we get our sketching and this on, and if we, you know, finish doing out the shading for this, I think the biggest thing that we need to try and do, if I'm looking at this sort of background image here, is a lot of texture, right? So like this one has a lot of snow and stuff, so I'd have to try and figure out what I can do tree-wise. I'm trying to keep this actually, because I love having this idea that the series that I'm working on right now is beach themed, kind of. So this is kind of almost more of a, you know, these are all, they're almost like the mountaintops at a beach, and it's getting late at night, you know, so it's like a little bit after sunset, you know, and the fog's rolling in, you know, it's kind of that callback to almost kind of like Santa Cruz, Monterey Bay area. So kind of what I'm going. But well, I think that's actually gonna do it for tonight. It's 10 o'clock. That's my cutoff time. Gonna be doing yep. I don't know. Whew. Sorry, all the cats are in here running around. Let me see if I can actually, if you can catch by that. Loki, you can see Loki there. I just have to back up a bit. Here he is. Is it? I think it's time for wet food. Time for food? Oh. I don't know if I have to lower that a bit. But yeah, I think that's gonna go ahead and do it for us for tonight. Clearly I have some kitty stuff that I have to try and get all settled. So of course you can see everything just phasing in and out of existence here because I'm using the AI green screen sort of stuff, which works pretty well, especially if I have the green screen up. But the boys have been running in and out of the room so much that I didn't want to set up the green screen. But yeah, I'll make that big screen and have the background on. So that's what we got so far. This is more or less, I mean, I did the background yesterday or the day before. I think it's the day before. Just because I wanted to try and get it like, because I feel like the background I was okay with making it outside of the stream, whereas I wanted to get Ojutai like, you know, on stream and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try, and it's either I'm gonna do Pokemon Unite tomorrow or we're gonna do more of this, depending. I think I'd love to try and continue working on this and just kind of try and finish it out. But I think the biggest thing is just kind of how things are going to be shaping up after I'm done with work. Because if I'm done with work and I'm all creative brained out and stuff, then I kind of feel like I want to be able to zen out a little bit with some games. And I know it's kind of funny saying zen out if we've been doing Pokemon Unite a lot more. So, but I actually got BlueStack up and working, and I actually think that that's probably what I'm going to be doing from now on, as opposed to just doing the iPad plays, because it allows me to play on a bigger screen. I think it's just really just getting the touchdown, you know, versus being on like kind of like a mobile device. So I think that's all I really got to try and do. So here are the old ones that we've worked on. There's the Hedron crab there, and then yeah, there's Birds of Paradise. So I think that seeing some of the stuff that we've done so far, and I'm just kind of hoping that we can just continue on, and if this one comes out really good, we only need to do 7 more, I'm hoping on, because we got prints, or I got test prints in of a company that can actually do sort of like just like trading card print stuff. So I mean, like, there's this print, I'll try and show it to you, just see if you can see that. So this is their tester, right? You can see it actually kind of has a little bit of a shine to it, and so I'm hoping that I can do, I want to do it in this if I can. I know it's very square, and most card game stuff have rounded edges, so I'm gonna see if they can do anything about that. I would love it if they can do rounded edges. So we shall see and get out of that, but just to show you guys that I am trying to see if we can actually get this stuff going, and then we'll see how much it would cost to do. And then yeah, I guess once I have all the design set up, I'll see if I can do maybe like a Kickstarter or something like that, and just kind of see where people go. I would just need to really plan on what's it called, just the fulfillment goals, as well as like if we go beyond the funding, I don't know what those are called, when you go beyond the funding and you have separate goals for that. Anyways, but I think that's going to go ahead and do it for us for tonight. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Hit that follow, subscribe, or like button, depending on wherever you're watching the VOD from. Really do appreciate that. It helps us continue the streams and stuff like that. So, and also we just love seeing everybody come through and say hi and stuff, and always try and pay attention to the chat wherever I can. So, yeah, that'll do it for today. Thanks again for watching.